96.7 KCAL rocks. It is Patrick in the morning on your Thursday, waiting for the rain to close in. And it means we got to talk some sports with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Yo, good morning, Patrick. Good morning to all the rockers out there. Let's get you all caught up on, man, some crazy NFL news, man. It's really coming down, not just the rain, but all these moves this NFL offseason as guys get ready to, join new teams, trades, new contracts. Let's start with the Las Vegas Raiders, man. Maxx Crosby, the big-time defensive end, getting 3 years, $106 million. He is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, getting his huge payday. So your boy Pete Carroll, man, defense still wins championships, and Pete, he might be a little bit older, but he still knows what wins, and that's defense.
Yeah, and you want to send the right message. Hey, we value you. That's the way to do it, man. I think it was a brilliant move. I mean, he's the ultimate Raider, right? And he's getting treated like it.
Yeah, he has been their franchise guy, right? Through all these changes, being in Las Vegas, struggling, Derek Carr, was the quarterback, but I always felt like Maxx Crosby was their guy. So they locked up their guy and proving that, they care about defense. They care about what they do on the defensive side of the football, and that matters if you're going to win a championship.
Yeah, it does, man.
So we'll see what the Raiders do. They still have to figure out what they're going to do at quarterback going forward. So there could still be a lot of moves for the silver and black. Maybe they find one in the draft. So we'll find out what's going to go on with them. So he got paid. Saquon Barkley got paid too with the Eagles. He big time contract for a running back, and we know this. The shelf life, that window is pretty small for a running back to get paid in the NFL. And we talk about Maxx Crosby getting $106 million over 3 years. Saquon Barkley getting about $40 million over 2 years, man. Like, the money's just simply not there for running backs, but that's actually a pretty big payday for Saquon Barkley coming off that Super Bowl season with the Eagles.
I think we finally have really seen the value of the running back has finally come back. Somewhere laughing and smiling, I feel a little bit, and he almost got his record broken, is Eric Dickerson. This was a big fight he used to have back in the day, saying, hey, man, the running back is important. It's the reason we're winning. And they used to tell him, well, you're not a quarterback. So that was kind of almost the start way back when of the devaluing of the running back. And it steadily went down. And then obviously now we've seen the value, especially Saquon goes to the Eagles. And man, did their fortunes change. I mean, part of it is he's a great dude and he's a great teammate.
Yeah.
And he's kind of coming back, to his Philadelphia roots, if you will, from being at Penn State. But I think he deserves every damn penny.
Yeah, man, you have to be able to run the football. Of course, you need a great offensive line in front of you, but you've got to be able to run the football, and the Eagles proved it this year. And Maxx Crosby getting that huge payday with the Raiders, dude, defense and running backs matter. Like, you've got to be able to do both those things, and they both got paid. Now, Max got a lot more than Saquon, but that's still a lot of money for a running back.
And I'm happy for running backs as well because they take a beating. They should be getting paid.
Yeah, no, absolutely 100%. All right, Patrick, let's talk about a couple guys real quick who will be on new teams next season. And let's start right here with the Chargers. Joey Bosa, after 9 years with the Chargers, 5 Pro Bowls, he's been released. He's going to not be a lightning bolt next season. Where will he end up? Maybe the 49ers with his brother Nick.
I have kind of mixed feelings with this. Part of it is, man, he's talented, right? We know he's talented.
But
sometimes I feel he can be a hothead. He can go crazy. He has been injured. So I don't know how to feel about this. You kind of feel like if you're a Charger fan, the old Chargers get a Charger kind of thing. Even though Harbaugh's changed their fate, he's going to go somewhere and be amazing.
Well, Jim Harbaugh's smart. Maybe he figured this one out. But yeah, I've kind of felt like the way, at least health-wise, when he played the games that he played, I always thought, oh, I didn't know he was back. Like, I always just figured he was hurt. Like, he just hardly ever played. I just figured he was always just dealing with something. So I don't know. Maybe the Chargers knew what they're doing in this case. But I thought when they had Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, I'm like, oh man, they're going to wreck shop. They're going to be, defensive ends, those outside linebackers. They're going to be the best. And I just feel like it just never kind of came together for the Chargers.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be wild, though, if he went to the 49ers? The brothers Bosa.
Yeah, no, I've heard that even before the Chargers actually released him a couple weeks ago. They were saying, man, yeah, if Joey Bosa left the Chargers, maybe he would reunite with his brother up there in San Francisco. And I'd take him. I mean, the 49ers need to do something on defense. I'd take him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be on a new team. How about Davante Adams? He's going to be on a new team. The Jets released him. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of teams, seeking him. They're saying maybe he's going to follow Aaron Rodgers where Aaron Rodgers ends up. Maybe he could go back to Green Bay. Like there's all these scenarios. In fact, here's a weird one. So Derek Carr, the former quarterback for the Raiders with the Saints, Derek Carr's brother posted on social media Derek Carr as a Raider throwing a touchdown pass to Davante Adams, the Raider. And I'm like, wait, what was he? Right after he got released, I'm like, what was he signaling? What does he know?
Right. Isn't that wild, man? Isn't that funny, though? It's not completely insane if you think about it. The Raiders have completely changed their outlook. They're in need of players just like that. Yeah, they have been there before, but hey, man, football players are football players. Could be a bridge quarterback, and he's a great receiver. They're in the market for that.
Yeah, I thought, I'm like, there's no way he'd go back. I'm like, but it's a whole new regime, man. Maybe Pete Carroll likes Derek Carr. Could he actually go back with Davante Adams? And remember, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams are obviously tied because they're, former Green Bay Packers. But, Derek Carr played with Davante at Fresno State. So I think it's a long shot, but I'm like, that's very peculiar that Davante Adams had just been released, and Derek Carr's brother was putting that out on social media. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe it'll happen.
Wouldn't that be something? Or even Aaron Rodgers if he ended up on the Raiders. It would be very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot in play right now. That's what makes it so much fun. And one more quick NFL note. Dude, the Seattle Seahawks, man, just ripping it all apart layer by layer. A DK Metcalf, I don't know if he was forced in this situation to make this decision to want to be traded, but he's another guy that's going to be on the move. He does not want to go back to the Seahawks.
Yep, he has requested a trade. My kids are super bummed.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with my DK Metcalf jerseys? And then also Lockett.
Yes.
He gets released after 10 years of just being an amazing receiver. What do I do with my Lockett jersey? It's a sad day in the Tisch household for sure.
An expensive day because now you got to buy new jerseys of their favorite players, Patrick.
Yeah, it's Witherspoon all over the place.
All right, so we're keeping tabs on all this NFL stuff, man. It's getting real juicy right now. The guys on the move. But we got to talk some NBA real quick. The Cleveland Cavaliers, yes, the Cavaliers have a record of 52-10 overall, which is insane. That's an incredible record, 52-10. They are the first team in the NBA to clinch a playoff spot. And again, I'm just going to put this out there, that what if Cleveland made it to the NBA Finals and LeBron and Luka figure this out and they get to the finals? What if LeBron played the Cavaliers in his final NBA Finals? I'm just putting it out there if that could happen.
And that does not sound crazy in any way, shape, or form. They've clinched. They're in. And I mean, I know we were thinking the Lakers are done, but after this miraculous trade, and it just keeps getting better and better and better, they're second in the West. I think it could easily happen.
Yeah, the Lakers have done enough in the last couple of games to get fans excited, right? Like, oh my gosh, maybe this was a great trade, especially looking how Dallas is right now with all their injuries and they are imploding right now. Like, maybe this was a genius trade. So I just thought, man, Cleveland is so good. I mean, if you look record-wise, Cleveland versus Oklahoma City would be your NBA Finals, just based on record, right? But if the Lakers can put it together one more time for LeBron, wouldn't that be poetic to see the Cavaliers in that championship finals?
And there's even a little talk about the NBA script. What does the script say?
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Unless you get your hands on that script.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, let's take you down to Arizona. Some quick spring training notes. Roki Sasaki, man, lived up to the billing in his Dodgers debut. 3 innings, no runs, 5 strikeouts. Patrick, we talk so much about this Dodger lineup and all these MVPs they have in the lineup, but man, this pitching staff is going to be they were great last year. They're going to be unbelievable, especially if Shohei Ohtani's taking the bump too. They're going to be lights out.
I mean, they had a ton of arms. And you know what, though? They needed every single one of them last year to
Yes.
pull it off. But you're right. They had Otani, Roki Sasaki, so many arms. Yamamoto,
Yeah.
he's looking tough, man. It's actually pretty unbelievable. They got another battery of arms. And I mean, I give the Dodgers credit. They deserve credit. And, Davey Roberts, he knows he's going to need those arms.
Yeah, the Dodgers always seem to go through a lot of pitchers, so they always stack them up. But hey, pitching wins championships just like defense wins championships, so the Dodgers are locked and loaded with a lot of great arms. And if you're an Angels fan, Mike Trout homered again yesterday. The Angels played the Dodgers. Dodgers won, as usual, but Mike Trout did homer again, so another good sign for the Halos as he makes his way back.
It does. I mean, it does look like, I think everyone kind of forgot about Mike Trout. With his personality being so quiet, it is easy to forget about him and him being hurt all the time. But dare I say, he looks like the old Mike Trout again. So, everything could work out. You never know.
You never know. And I'll make this real quick. I don't know if you saw, it was MLB Network or somebody put out a list of the top 100 baseball players, and Mike Trout was like in the high 30s or something. And it's like, dude, Mike Trout in the high 30s. Listen, I know he was injured last year, but come on, man. What are you watching?
It is funny, though. It is like he has fell off the face of the planet. Maybe he can reestablish himself. Clearly, we know he's a great player. Just like our guy, Pep, man. We'll catch up with him once again on Monday. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Hey, you can get my stuff anytime. We're open 24/7 at Inland Sports. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. All you got to search for it is Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.